Welcome trainers to a recap of a duo that's posted on Kaito Nolan's channel. Kaito Nolan, an amazing trainer that had a chance to duo Latios with in windy weather using only Dragonites. In this case, we faced Zen Headbutt Solar Beam, but we could also have done it with Dragon Breath Solar Beam. That would have worked as well, but without maps, we kind of have to take what we get. So we were able to successfully duo Latios with Rayquazas previously, but we really wanted to challenge ourselves and by using only Dragonites, which made it a lot more challenging because Dragonite has quite a bit lower DPS due to its lower attack stat compared to Rayquaza. And by the way, when we duoed Latios, we beat it with 25 seconds remaining, which was also an amazing feat that we had accomplished that weekend. Okay, when looking at the simulator, as you can see on the screen, the general Pokebattler simulator says that it is a 593 seconds time to win, and we need to be under 600 seconds to be even possible. The way you get to 600 seconds is 300 seconds raid time times 2 trainers is 600 seconds. And in this case, there's 21 feints to be projected, which means on average we need 10.5 Dragonites. And that means it's mandatory that we faint and then revive and go back in. If you haven't had a chance to check out Kaito Nolan's How to Re-Lobby Like a Pro, I'll include a link in the description so you can get a better idea how to lobby better and make every second count. And in a raid this close, you definitely need to make sure every second counts. And then when diving a little bit further into Pokebattler using its Pokebox feature, which I recommend you using, and also recommend that if you can, subscribe to them or pledge to them on Patreon, because they do a lot of really great work, and there's a lot of really cool features that are available using the Pokebox. There's obviously a free version, but there's a lot more simulators run when you do pledge, and you'll see that on average luckiness that is actually not possible to duo Latios using only Dragonites, as a difficulty score is 2.04, and we need the score to be 2 or less to be even possible. So you'll see that not only do you need really strong Pokemon, in this case level 40 Dragonites with Dragon Tail Outrage, but you also need to lobby very efficiently. You also need to have RNG, random number generator, or luckiness on your side to make this even possible. So that's what makes it challenging. You got to have the right people, you got to encounter the right raid boss, especially with no maps available. You kind of have to just roll the dice on each of the Latios that you encounter and hope that it's the right moveset. You need to be able to rely on yourself and your partner to have really great re-lobbies, and then as well you need RNGs to bless you with good luck, and we'll dive a little bit further than that when we get into the battle. So as you can see in Kaito Nolan's video, it's windy, and you'll see that on her battle party, which is on the right, she has 5 Dragonites set up, and I'm on the left, and I have 6 Dragonites set up. And the reason why we want to do that is we want to avoid both being out of the raid battle at the same time, because there's this annoying bug that allows the raid boss to heal when all trainers are out of the raid at the same time. So basically, she's going to faint first, heal, re-lobby, come back into the battle before my last Dragonite faints, and then I'll do the same afterwards. That way, there's no point in time where we're both out of the raid, and we avoid the raid boss healing its health. And as you can see, we have synchronized Dragon Tail and Outrages, and you'll see when the first Solar Beam happens, it doesn't really matter as much as the second Solar Beam. The reason why we're not worried about when the first Solar Beam comes is because regardless of how aggressive this Latios is, we end up healing one more Dragonite than we need majority of the time. So even with the most aggressive Latios, when it does as many Solar Beams as it possibly can, it's very unlikely that it's going to faint all our Dragonites. And you'll see that Dragonite can actually tank one full Solar Beam, convert that Solar Beam damage into energy so that can output another Outrage, but it will faint on the second Solar Beam majority of the time. And the key to having really good RNG in this particular raid is that we want the second Solar Beam to come as soon as we've outputted our last outrage. And the reason why we want to do that is that we want to waste as little energy as possible. So for every Dragon Tail that Dragonite does, it gives it 9 energy. And it takes 50 energy for Dragonite to do an outrage. So basically every Dragon Tail that we do that doesn't convert into an outrage, which outrage does 127 damage against Latios, will result in basically 22 expected damage that we didn't end up doing. And 22 damage is more than what a Dragon Tail does, which is 17 damage. And over the course of a battle and in a very tight raid like this, that ends up actually meaning quite a bit. Now we're going to speed this up until Kaito has to relobby. And you'll see at 147 seconds, you'll see that my 5th Dragonite and Kaito's last Dragonite faints. And she's about to go into the relobby phase. And take note how quickly she relobbies. And you'll see that she gets rid of her normal and super potions. And the reason why she does that is so that it allows her to access her max revives quickly without having to scroll down. And as well, she revives only 4 Dragonites. And that's because she set up another team of 6 Dragonites. And that includes 1 Dragonite that she didn't use in her first 5 Dragonites. So that means she'll have 5 Dragonites available for her in the second half of the battle. Her total relobby time is approximately 12 seconds, which is extremely fast and efficient. Typically, I've seen anywhere from 15 to 20 second relobby times when you have to heal a team of Pokemon. If her relobby time took 5 seconds longer, that would have cost her about 4 Dragon Tails, which in this raid would have been the difference between failure and success. Now that I've gone over majority of the technical material for this raid, we're just gonna enjoy the rest of this raid. You'll see there I relobbied. I only healed 4 because we only need 9 Dragonites most of the time because we're rolling pretty good RNG. But sometimes we do need the 10th. And you'll see here that it's really a race against the clock at this point in time. I knew that Dragonite does approximately enough damage to actually beat Latios. As you can see, a 593 second time to win versus 600 if you're exactly on the dot. So I figured if we turn it red, which is when the raid boss has a quarter health left, at approximately 72 seconds, that we'd be able to make up the damage and potentially win. You'll see there we turned it red at 74 seconds left. So as long as we have pretty good RNG, we should be able to win. So you'll see that it was good RNG for Kaito, and actually it was excellent RNG for me because I was actually able to tank that Solar Beam perfectly and have enough health left over to survive. And then because the RNG worked out that I clicked on my charge button exactly when I had enough energy, I was actually able to translate that to an outrage right away. And if I would have done one more Dragon Tail, then we would have lost. So you'll see here we're getting pretty close. This should be the last Dragonite that we need. And you'll see we need like 3 outrages each off to survive. And you'll see that we have like 70-80% of our health left. So I knew we had enough health that we wouldn't run into the issue of like fainting with wasted energy. And I actually thought here we actually need another Solar Beam. But then I realized like how quickly the health was going down. And we had finished off the raid boss here. But because the timer works that the Latios' animation has to proceed first before it goes into confetti, that's the reason why it stopped doing damage at 6 seconds, but ended up doing confetti at 2 seconds, just because of the length of the animation of Solar Beam. So we were super pleased and super excited when we completed this raid. This was like our 13th attempt at it, so we bought a lot of max revives in order to make this possible, just because you need to go through quite a bit. So we're quite pleased. Hopefully this video was helpful, and hopefully I'll see a few more trainers complete this very challenging duo without any legendary Pokemon and using the great Pokemon Dragonite. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.